Happy New Year to everyone watching. With this new year, I have decided to start my first video series. I'm in the process of completing my book and figured that using it as a series would be beneficial to women who are ready for real transformation. This series is a success blueprint specifically for women. But before I get into it, if you are on a self-healing, self-discovery journey, I have free workbooks and guides on my webpage, which I will link in the description for you. Okay, let's get started. From boardrooms to self-help seminars, the idea of success is handed down like a family heirloom, polished, celebrated, and above all, unquestioned. If you listen closely to the stories that are told, you will hear the same refrain. Work harder, hustle longer, sacrifice everything. That refrain is a blueprint that was written, edited, and perpetuated in an environment that mirrors masculine rhythms more than it does the lived reality of half the planet's population. The narrative assumes that progress is a straight upward line where every quarter year you must add a new metric, a new title, a new dollar figure. It leaves no room for the natural ebbs and flows that women often experience, whether those ebbs and flows are hormonal, relational, or emotional. The expectation is that you're always on, always producing, always delivering. The idea of a break is framed as laziness, not as a strategic pause that can actually enhance creativity and stamina. Success is measured by how many rivals you outrun, not by how many allies you bring into the journey. The model rewards isolation, even though women on average thrive in collaborative relational ecosystems. Decision making is cast as a cold calculation, a spreadsheet of pros and cons. The subtle body based knowing that women often access is dismissed as soft or unscientific. The faster you can climb, the better, regardless of whether the ladder is built on shaky foundations. Burnout is romanticized as a badge of honor. The final tally of awards, promotions, and profit margins is celebrated, while the invisible cost, sleep loss, chronic stress, strained relationships, is ignored or even praised as dedication. These form a system that rewards exhaustion, glorifies self-abandon, and applauds burnout as a sign of strength. They were never meant to accommodate the biology, psychology, or communal orientation that many women bring to the table. And there is a hidden cost. Ask any woman who has risen through the ranks of a traditional corporate hierarchy when she first felt that the price of promotion was her own well-being. The answer is usually a gradual accumulation of compromises. We often must learn to suppress empathy so that we can appear tough enough for negotiations. We ignore the warning signs of chronic fatigue, headaches, or menstrual irregularities because the deadline is tomorrow. We downplay personal passions, hobbies, or family responsibilities in order to fit the narrow definition of professional. We create a polished, flawless image on LinkedIn, in meetings, and on conference calls, while the authentic self sits quietly in the background. The result is the more you achieve, the more you feel you have lost yourself. This is a flaw in the model that demands such sacrifice. Across continents, women are beginning to voice a collective question. Why does success feel like it's costing me myself? But there is another way. There is a blueprint I call the feminine blueprint of success. Now, what does feminine really mean in this context? The word feminine is often misread as synonymous with weak or passive. In this success blueprint, feminine refers to qualities that have historically been undervalued in the corporate world but are essential for sustainable, thriving leadership. Embodiment, listening to the body's signals, honoring circadian and hormonal rhythms, and integrating rest as a strategic tool. Intuition, trusting the subtle, non-linear insights that arise from a deeper inner knowing, rather than dismissing them as gut feelings. Relationality, building networks based on mutual support, mentorship, and co-creation, rather than solely on competition. Cyclicity, recognizing that creative energy, productivity, and focus often move in cycles, and designing work patterns that align with those cycles. Nurturing power, holding space for oneself and others, cultivating empathy, and using influence to uplift. These elements are the missing pieces that, when woven together, create a more robust, resilient, and genuinely powerful form of success. While we don't need to become more masculine, many leadership development programs tell women to adopt traditionally masculine traits: assertiveness, aggression, relentless drive to fit in. This approach assumes that the only way to be taken seriously is to erase what makes women distinct. A leader who can both set bold, strategic goals and cultivate deep, trusting relationships will inspire greater loyalty and innovation. The science behind the shift: neurobiology of intuition. The anterior insular and ventromedial prefrontal cortex are activated when we trust gut feelings. These regions integrate bodily sensations with higher order cognition, resulting in faster, more accurate judgments under uncertainty. Hormonal rhythms and performance. Estrogen enhances verbal fluency and connectivity in the language network, while progesterone supports sustained attention. By aligning tasks with these hormonal peaks, women can maximize efficiency without sacrificing their health. Social connection and neurochemistry. Oxytocin release during collaborative activities reduces stress hormones and promotes a sense of belonging, which in turn fuels intrinsic motivation. Then we have restorative sleep and creativity. REM sleep consolidates divergent thinking and problem-solving abilities. Intentional downtime is not a luxury, it's a neuroprotective strategy that fuels long-term innovation. You are not supposed to become someone new, but to achieve success in every area of your life, you must return to the version of yourself that existed before the world told you who you were supposed to be. The confident, intuitive, relational, and resilient woman who already possesses the inner architecture for true success. The system is failing women. When we collectively refuse to contort ourselves to fit an outdated mold, we generate a seismic shift that ripples through every industry, community, and household. You do not have to burn out to build a beautiful life. You do not have to harden to be taken seriously. You do not have to push to be powerful. You do not have to prove your worth to anyone else. You do not have to sacrifice your feminine energy to succeed. Instead, you rise as you are. This is the success revolution the world has been waiting for. And it starts here, with you, with me, with us, with every woman who is willing to choose a new way forward. Now, if this video spoke to you, please like and subscribe, and comment "Rise" if you are ready to choose a new way forward. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.